Well, welcome everyone to tonight's asset protection webinar. We are delighted to have Brandon Boyd. Brandon has been a good friend and associate of mine for almost 20 years now. He's a great seven-figure income earner. He's an international speaker. He's an author of over 12 books. He's a presenter. He's a mentor. I've known him for years as a businessman, entrepreneur. But somebody who's taken all of those skills and mastered the art of digital marketing. So we're going to be talking about this tonight. Before we do, just a couple quick announcements and maybe so everyone knows sort of what's going on. Next week, those of you that are joining the cruise, you should have everything in place. We're headed to Alaska to teach a high yield investor cruise. We're delighted for anyone that's joined us. If you haven't signed up, it's probably a little late. But next week is we're headed to Alaska or to Seattle on Wednesday. Meet and greet is on Thursday night, and then we go from there. So all of you should have had your itineraries, checked your emails, make sure you have all the information. If not, give us a call. On August 20th, we have a Millionaire Conference that we've featured coming up in Dallas, and we have some of the best entrepreneurs, including Brandon Boyd, with us on that lecture series. If you're in the Dallas area, we also have a lot of people flying in just for this. This is a 1 to 6 Millionaire Conference. If you'd like information, you can go to themillionaireconference.com and register there. We also have the 3-day Asset Protection Summit coming up in Dallas in September 12th through the 14th. That one is filling up very fast. And so if you're interested in that, our room block will go away August 27th, and that's when the rates go, I won't say sky high, but considerably higher. This is an airport hotel. Those of you that are flying in, which will be most of you, fly in. There's a free shuttle to and from the hotel. We've managed a really good room rate there at the DoubleTree. And so this is, again, most of you are aware, but if you're not, this is where we're bringing the best of the best speakers, instructors from all over the nation. And Brandon, by the way, although his picture's not there, will also be in attendance. If you'd like a sample agenda, go to protectwealth.com and you can see exactly what we'll be teaching, almost to the hour. So before we get into anything legal or investments or tax, we always read a quick little disclaimer. Actually, I'm just going to summarize it, and that is we can't give earnings claims, we can't give tax advice, we can't give legal advice. We can teach correct principles and then allow you to meet with professionals and figure out what's going to be best for you. One of the great advantages of coming to the summit is you get a chance to sit down with any of the instructors that we have and their teams and answer specific or ask specific questions about you and your particular situation. So encourage you to attend those workshops that we do. We're excited about those, but particularly I'm excited about tonight's webinar. We get, over the years, as digital marketing is growing, as trading is growing, we get a lot of questions here on the Asset Protection Hotline about digital marketing, about how we can protect digital accounts, how can I profit from, how can my business profit, how do I take extra cash that might be in my business that's sitting idle and profit from it. There's so many great ways, and we looked around the market. It was a very easy pick to be able to take Brandon Boyd. Again, 20 years in the business, but in this market, he's taken all of his success skills in authoring books. He's got an amazing daily podcast with over 20,000 listeners. He's done over 700 podcasts. He's probably one of the most entrepreneurial, positive thinking individuals that I've ever met in my lifetime. So we're delighted to have Brandon. Brandon, we're going to turn the time over to you. Let's talk about digital marketing and currency and how our students can profit from that. We're going to turn time over to you, Brandon. Thank you for being here. We appreciate
All
your
right,
time and your
first I want to make
expertise.
sure you can hear me loud and clear and that you can see my screen. Can you hear me on your end?
Loud and clear. Sound good, and I can see the mountains in the background. Looks good.
Brandon, can we hear you?
Yes, perfect. Okay. Now, guys, first of all, as I bring
I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll mute Don. That's okay. I got it.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, and guys, by the way, if you do have any questions as we get going here, there is a question box in front of you. So just type those in. I'll make sure that I get them answered by the end of this. So I want to respect your time. Time is the true currency of the earth. And I'm grateful to have this opportunity with Protect Wealth to share some things with you tonight that has changed my life, my family's life, and quick background on myself. I will not be long-winded. I'm 39, married, 6 children, 1 boy, 5 girls. I'm from Utah. I haven't had a job in the last 15 years. Been very successful as an entrepreneur for the last 20 years, like Don was talking about. I've been speaking around the world. In fact, I'm actually going to Europe in the month of August. I'll hit 6 countries in 8 days, sharing with those individuals in different languages what I'm getting ready to share with you guys tonight. This weekend, I'll be in Seattle doing a Super Saturday with 300 people there. So I'm really, really excited and passionate about what I'm getting ready to share with you, because 4 years ago, this system, this platform actually changed my life. So I was already successful, but I had a friend who had done a post on social media. This was a guy that I respected. I'd done a little bit of business with him before. And basically what his post showed was the ability to make money from your cell phone. In fact, he had a tagline, turn your cell phone into an ATM machine. Now I realize not everyone uses a cell phone. So the thing is that you could use a computer, it didn't matter. But he said, turn your phone into an ATM machine. So I was like, okay, what's that all about? I reached out, he sent me a 5-minute video, and I said, I'm super interested. And here's what he said to me that I thought was really key and got me interested. He said, Brandon, he said, you can make money with this platform and you don't need to sell any of your friends. And I said, I'm in. No lotions, potions, powders, pills, or bug juice. I was like, I'm in. Send me the link. So I got set up as a customer. And so what I'm getting ready to share with you is extremely powerful. I use it every day. In fact, I'm actually in a hotel for 5 days, completely laser focused on actually perfecting this very system. And so I became a partner and a customer of a company called iMarcus Live, and they have literally grown all over the world, 100 countries, over 100,000 customers. They are the #1 Forex education company in existence. And for those who don't really know a lot about the cash currency or digital currency market, I'm going to just make it real simple for you. So when you look at what's called the foreign exchange, which is long for Forex, F-O-R-E-X, the foreign exchange is where, just as an example, so like I'm going to Europe at the end of August. When I go to Europe, I actually have to exchange my US dollars for the euros in order to, purchase things in their country. Then when I come back, I have to do the same thing, exchange the euros back for the US dollar so I can again shop in my country. Now what happens is the supply and the demand of those different markets, as far as the value of the different currencies they have, they are changing literally every second of the day. In fact, if I look at my phone right now and I were to look at the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, Bitcoin, the US dollar, the euros, all of them would be changing. The numbers would be moving up and down very quickly. And so here's what I found out, because you're thinking to yourself, okay, that sounds good, but what's in it for me? What's in it for you is this: the foreign exchange does $5.3 trillion a day in trading volume. Now, just so that you have a simple analogy, a lot of you know about the stock market. The stock market does about $22 billion a day. So if I were to say, okay, foreign exchange, stock market, because I've traded both, the stock market, 22 billion, the foreign exchange, 5.3 trillion. That's longer than your phone number with the area code included. Think about that, $5.3 trillion. I thought to myself, what if I could get a piece of that? Like, I just need a sliver. That's running 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Whereas if you're actually trading the stock market, closes every day. So you could literally make money around the clock, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm in a hotel traveling and I'm making money in the markets right now. I can make it in the morning, I could do it in the afternoon, and I could do it in the evening. This is how I pay for my family. This is how I support my family. So I can tell you that we have something that is very powerful. Those who know cryptocurrency, you know, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, that's the digital currency market. And as we've seen, there's been massive growth there as well. So what I want to do tonight is give you a little bit of education on the tools that actually will help you make money in these markets, because our goal inside of the company is to help educate, empower, and enrich 1 million customers. We are on our way right now, and you can literally do this either from your computer or from your phone. Question I get asked all the time, well, Brandon, I'm super busy, got lots of stuff going on in my life. How much time is this going to take me? In less than 10 minutes a day, you guys can be successful doing this. And I'm going to show you exactly how that can happen. So this is the corporate leadership team. I'll focus on one individual. Actually, I've spoken to him twice today, 3 times yesterday. The CEO of the company, Christopher Terry. He founded the company. He's made over $200 million. He's educated people for the last 22 years. He retired, and then he said, you know what? Basically what he said was, I'm bored, but he said, I want to get out there and help other people. And so he actually started the company July 4th, 2013. That is over 6 years ago now. So the company's grown to 100 countries. They've just done an amazing job of putting together this platform that I'm going to show to you. So they put together an academy called the Iml Academy. Now, I would look at this as if I went to school. So I went to school. Some of you went to school as far as college. I went for 2 years. I did not finish as far as getting my degree because I started making so much money in business. I didn't finish my education, but it doesn't mean I didn't get educated. Does that make sense? You know, most people, they read their last book at 21, so they die at 21, but they don't get married till they're 65. And so I continued on my continuing education by learning things like this that I was never taught in school. So when I look at this Iml Academy, this is the schooling without paying thousands of dollars. So in Iml Academy, they're going to train anyone who's interested on what Forex is, the history, the terminology, and the fundamentals. And then because not everyone speaks English, they have major languages, Spanish, French, German, different languages. In fact, they're adding more in September. They have over 10 languages already. So Forex and cryptocurrency. Now, because I've done this for 4 years, I have not seen any company on planet Earth that provides the amount of education that we do around the clock. So it kind of looks like this, is you get access to the academy, you log in, and then it gives you the basic training. When you're done with basic, it has intermediate and it has advanced. So you can go as far as you want to go. So sometimes people ask me, so Brandon, how much time do I have to spend, or how long is it going to take me, stuff like this. You just completely go at your own pace. What I can tell you, because I think people's question is, how soon can I start making money? Well, I tell people you can actually start making money right away, and I'll show you that tonight, even on a practice account, okay? So once you go through the academy and you just learn some of the basics, all right, we have what's called Iml TV, and this is what separates the company from so many out there. Inside of Iml TV, these are live sessions, and these live sessions, we have nearly 90 educators that will train literally almost 24/7 around the clock. Everyone has a different schedule. They're in different time zones. Some work jobs, some others don't work jobs. Some are retired, some are just refired, right? Meaning refired up about life. Everyone's in a different situation. Nearly 1,000 hours a month of training, live education analysis. Let me ask you guys a question. Because of the success that I've had trading, how many of you, by raise of hands, and you can even click, there's a little icon for raise hand, would like to be in a live trading room with myself, and trades that I take, you are able to take those trade ideas at your own discretion? Click the hand little emoji there, okay? It's powerful. With our educators, you can trade live. Let me give you an example. One of our educators, I won't give her name. It's Dr. Kathy Kirtland. Okay. Single mom, 4 kids, amazing lady. All right. She went from broke as a single mom to she is an IML TV educator that's done over 7 figures in less than 15 months. And guess what she does? She's on live sessions and people get the education from her and they can take live trade ideas that she is trading herself. Phenomenal. So you can be making money, whether it's part-time, full-time, completely up to you. So here's kind of what it looks like. You log in, you have your basic live TV sessions. You can choose a product that you're wanting to learn about. You then choose the educator that you want. You choose the day and times, which, by the way, some people say, well, if I can't make a session, what happens? Well, good thing is we record everything. Okay, so you can always go back to the library and watch those sessions. Then you choose the language. So Portuguese, Spanish, Slovenian, Italian, Polish, German, French, etc. You choose the language that you want to learn it in. Now, this is what I'm excited about. So once you have the education piece, you say that knowledge is power. I beg to differ. I think that applied knowledge is power. Tons of people have knowledge, but they don't really use it. So once you actually have the education that you need, now what you need is the tool to help actually take the education and actually start making money with it. Now remember, you guys can make money with this and you don't need to sell anything. So when I first came to the company, they had what's called the Harmonic Scanner. Now, when you think of Harmonic Scanner and you look at this, you're thinking, I have no idea what that means. I see a red and blue bar, these bars going up and down. That kind of looks like the stock market. I know nothing about it. Well, you don't need to be intimidated because the Harmonic Scanner, what it does is it will actually scan the market throughout the day looking for trade opportunities for you. So if you look at the right, it says entry, take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, and it even has a stop loss. What those indicators are giving you is when do I get in and out of a trade? It's just like a stock. Okay, well, if I'm in, XYZ stock, how long should I hold on to it for, right? Well, the scanner works in a very similar way where it actually will scan the market looking for a trade opportunity. Now, we give you a specific strategy on how to use a product like this and maximize your profits. So when I look at this particular product, this Harmonic Scanner has made more people money inside this company than any product that I know of. A very powerful product. Now, here's the thing. You don't need to know everything about trading. You don't need to be a master at Forex to make money. We give you basic training on how to use the Harmonic Scanner. Now, some people are like, okay, what if I don't want to actually have to learn how to trade? Well, we have different products inside what's called the Iml Marketplace. This is a place where you find your financial solution that works for your life because, again, everyone's in a different situation. Some people could say, I could devote an hour a day. Other people are like, I got 10 minutes. Some people have kids, other people don't have kids. Some have grandkids, no grandkids. So what we did inside the marketplace was we put together some products and services that work according to your schedule. So for example, like one of them you see right here says Swipe Coin. Swipe Coin and Swipe Trades. Swipe Coin is for cryptocurrency. Swipe Trades is for Forex. So as an example, let's say that you don't really know anything about the foreign exchange. What happens is our experts will actually trade, they will actually send what's called a trade idea to your phone and it will pop up. Now, some people ask, can it come to my computer? Yes. It will pop up and it will say new trade idea. Here's a trade for the US dollar and Japanese yen. This is the entry price, this is the stop loss, and this is the take profit. And all you have to do is click copy and paste. So look at it this way. It would be no different than if I were to send you, hey, this is a trade I'm getting into. You can decide if you want to take it. It's completely up to you. All right. It'd be just like going to school and getting the answers to the test. That's what those products do. And so that's why I tell people as you're going through this platform, you can earn while you learn. Earn and learn is what we call it. So it's not just learn and earn, but you can actually earn while you learn because you're going to get access to our trade ideas. In fact, I wanted to talk about that as we get close to the end here, because as part of what we offer is immediately you guys would actually get access to the trade ideas that myself and a couple partners actually put out. So, but I want to give you a simple breakdown on how the services work. Now, if you were to actually go out to the marketplace and you want to get access to something like the Iml Academy, live sessions, the Harmonic Scanner. In fact, when I got to the company, the Harmonic Scanner alone was $3,500. Getting trained by the CEO of the company who does weekly sessions, Boyd Pips trades, we include that. Those are the trade ideas that myself and a few partners actually send out every day. Those are trades that you get for free as a part of this subscription. It would cost you about $5,500 on a yearly basis to get access to those, which is pretty standard. If you go to different seminars or workshops, you're going to pay at least several $1,000s in a lot of these cases for this type of education. Now, what we did is we broke it down. We said, okay, how can we make this affordable for people to actually get started without having to mortgage their home, right? So you take something like the services I just showed you and you break it down to a yearly price, it'd be about $1,790. Why? Because the company charges you $225 for the platinum, and then the monthly is $165. So when you add those together with the tax, $1,790 plus tax. Well, one of the cool things that I got done with Protect Wealth with Don and Kendall and George is that we said, well, what if we could kind of break this up into a monthly so that they don't need to put that money up front? So what we got done is, look, you get access to all of, I just showed you the Academy. This is the Academy, and TV is the education to learn how to trade. Things like the Harmonic Scanner and some of the different products I showed you, those are the tools to actually help you make the money. The Boyd Pips trades, those will also be included. Those are actual trade ideas that myself and a couple of my trading partners send out every day that you guys can take. That does what? It justifies the cost, because everything comes down to value, right? So it's not the cost, it's really, does it really have the value? In fact, if anything, it costs people money not to get started, right? You pay the $225 one time, once. That's basically get me set up, get me the education, right? The monthly, $165. Now keep in mind, the $165 is month to month. $165 is month to month. It can be canceled at any time. There is no contract that you're locked into, and that's what I love about this. If you say, you know what, this is just not for me, I don't have time for this, then you log into your back office, you shut it off. Very, very simple. Now, how many of you would like to get access to this for free? Click on that little raise hand button there if you want to get access to this for free. And by the way, if you jumped on a little bit late, there is a question box in front. Type your questions. I'm going to make sure and get this. I want to make sure that when you guys get off this webinar, your questions have been answered, okay? So the company put together, no different than American Express, Costco, Amazon, a referral program. If you share with 2, it's free. Now, you don't have to, but I'm going to look for 2 people that have a cell phone or computer that want to make money, right? So 2 customers, and what the company does is they waive the monthly. That doesn't start for 30 days. So let's say that I got my mom and my brother to see the value. They checked out one of our videos or something like that, and they said, hey, I definitely want to learn this. I need to start investing, right? So they become a customer. The company now gives me a free subscription. So now what does it cost you? It costs you nothing besides maybe the $225 that you paid, right? So this is a very, very powerful thing. Now, here's one thing that I want to mention, and I've shown this to Don, I've shown it to Kendall for years, and I know that a lot of you go to different Protect Wealth seminars around the country. Number one, I endorse what is taught at these Protect Wealth events. I've been to them for a while. I think they're phenomenal. One of the things that they talk about that I wanted to point real quick as we get ready to close here in just a bit is the importance of having your own business and saving on your taxes. See, when people get to the end of their life, one of the challenges they have and the reasons why they cannot retire is that they have paid too much in interest over the years on such as house, cars, credit cards, car loans, you know, all the different things, interest. But the other is taxes. They're paying 15, 20, 25, 30, 35% in taxes. So one thing that I've done, and I'm actually showing you screenshots. These are 2 screenshots of something that I do every day that takes me a couple minutes. So if you look, as of July 30th, 2019, I have $280,000 in tax deductions for the year. What does that do? It minimizes the amount of taxes that I have to pay in 2019. And I say minimize because if I made 500,000 for the year, whatever it is that I ended up making, well, by simply tracking, you know, my mileage, that does it automatically, by simply tracking my business expenses, I'm able to minimize the amount of money that I pay in taxes for the year. Guys, each year it saves me tens of thousands of dollars. So some of you have seen the different tax courses that Protect Wealth provides. You need to get access to those. I have an accountant. I highly recommend that you guys get access to the services that are provided by Protect Wealth, because a lot of people are like, look, I don't want to deal with all this stuff. You may not want to deal with it, but you're going to deal with it either way. Because if you don't deal with it, you're going to deal with it by writing a check. All right. And so this is an example of why you need to have a business. So inside of iMarcus Live, it gives you and myself the opportunity to be a business owner, which then gives us the opportunity to reduce the amount of taxes that you have to pay. And I even tell people, hey, and you can consult with your accountant, but there is a way to take your subscription fee with iMarcus Live and have that be tax deductible. I'm not a tax advisor, so I'm not going to give you the tax advice. I'm just saying that you have the opportunity. So this is very, very powerful as part of your education. So again, make sure that you guys tune in to what they're teaching at Protect Wealth as far as taxes are concerned, because I endorse, and that's why I've done this for years now, and I'm super excited about. Now, at the end of the day, people are like, hey, I want to know if this is actually working for people. So I literally have hundreds of testimonials, everything on YouTube, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. As far as what people have said, their experiences of working with me and also working with our system inside of this company. The thing that I would say I'm the most proud of, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what you do in life. It's what impact have you left on other people's lives. You can't take your bank account with you, but here's what you can take with you. People will talk about you for years when you've made a difference. They only remember if you're a nice person and if you made an impact in people's lives. It doesn't matter how much money that you made. That's great. That's wonderful. But at the end of the day, how did you treat people, and what impact, what legacy did you leave for other people? This is the thing that I'm most passionate about, and I really believe that this is my greatest success, is the hundreds and thousands of people, the single moms out there, the dad who's lost hope. He's had his dreams, his goals smashed against the hard walls of reality, and I've been able to say, hey, look, I've got a system and I've got a platform that, if pursued, can change your life. So guys, I'm super excited, and let me show you something here real quick. For those who want to actually get started, again, there's a question box, and I'm gonna get those answered. What you want to do is you want to go to this website address, and I want you guys to write this down or type it on your phone. It is protectwealth.com/forex. And in fact, I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm actually going to put it in the question box here so that you guys can see this. So you'll actually be able to see this here. I want to make sure that you guys have it. protectwealth.com/forex. Okay. Now, what's going to happen when you get here is you want to click on Get Started. And I'm going to show you how to actually get a free membership, because I want you, there's no reason why you guys should have to actually pay for the monthly subscription. So what I do is I click on New Customer. You don't need to click on the IBO part, just click on New Customer. and you just fill out your basic information, the username you want, the password you want. And then here's what I recommend. I want to save you guys money today. $225 right here. Just get the platinum pack. You don't need the elite because I want you guys to kind of get your feet wet and not have overwhelm. Once you do that, I choose the platinum. That's the $164.95. Okay. Now what happens here is that one of my first goals that I like to teach people is you want to eliminate the monthly subscription. Why? Here's why. And it's super powerful. What if you had an extra $165 a month to trade with? Compounding. That's powerful. So why should you have to pay it to the company? Why not just save the money and apply the 165 to your trading? That would be powerful. And that's what I love about this system, is that they give you the opportunity to do that for free. Now, if you pay the 165, is it worth it? Of course it is. I mean, I think about over the last 4 years, what have I paid? I've paid, probably $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Has it been worth it? Oh, yes. If you guys have seen, without me making an income claim, what I've been able to do, the lives that have changed. Oh, yes, I paid a heck of a lot more than that for college. No question about that. And what I learned is obsolete at this point, right? This is extremely, extremely powerful. So again, you want to make sure and go back to the URL protectwealth.com/Forex. Protect Wealth. I'm going to type it in here for you guys. protectwealth.com/Forex. And once you get there, you click on Get Started and become a customer. I'm going to check here real quick, make sure that we have any questions. Let me see this. But I want to trade with you. Yes, Albert, you'll actually be able to do that. So we do live sessions. We record our sessions, okay? And from those recordings, we actually will do live chats there to give the education, and you get our trade ideas, okay? Free for how long? So here's the way it works. Beth just asked an awesome question. So the company will give you a free membership as long as at any given time you have 2 active customers. So some of you may have 5. As long as you have 2 active customers, the company gives you that free membership. So let's say that one person decides at some point that they don't want to. You have 2 options. Number one, you pay the 165, which is going to be a drop in the bucket anyway, especially if you're making money. Second is, well, what if you end up just replacing that person with somebody else? Boom, you got a free membership again. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. All right, any other questions? I want to make sure that we got any questions that you guys have on the products, how the trading works, the company. By the way, I will be at the Dallas, Texas event. If you guys have people in the state of Texas, make sure and invite them to the Millionaire Conference event. It's going to be an amazing event. We're going to have hundreds of people there. I want to make sure that you guys have that opportunity. So if you have people on social media or in your life that live in the Texas area, make sure and invite them to that event. I'm sure that Don or Kendall can get you guys the URL. You'll also see it in your email, the URL, the website address on how to get access to that, because we're going to be teaching some of these things along with a mindset of actually how to be successful as an investor and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just looking, any other questions that you guys have, I want to make sure and get them answered. I'm super, super excited about the opportunity. And one thing I will tell you is this before I turn it back to Don or Kendall is I'm one of those individuals who, if you contact me, and I can actually see with the attendees on here, there are several of you who contacted me probably 10 times a day, and you know that I respond. You call me, you text me, you email me. I'm very accessible. And so I want to help you guys have success with what we're doing. So I can handhold you through the process and show you what it is that we're doing and how you can be successful at the same time. So, okay, one of the questions, suitable for IRA accounts. So basically the way that that works is there are 2 completely separate things. I'm not going to give you a recommendation as far as what to do with your IRA account. This would just be a separate thing that you could grow outside of having some of your traditional investments. I do personally have traditional investments. This is one of mine that is more aggressive that I have, that I like to do the trading because I can accelerate the process of growing that money. So All right, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to turn it back to either Don or Kendall if you guys are on here, and if you want me to cover anything else, I'm going to stay on. And guys, I'm super excited to work with you directly and help you be successful with this.
Okay, I
So
don't know
Don
if
or
we've got.
Kendall, if you guys are there. Okay, perfect.
Don, yeah,
Yep.
I'm still here. Are you back to? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if we got you back.
Yeah, we're back. My sound was off on my computer and it wasn't coming through, so I apologize for that. Um, Brandon, this is exciting. So let me ask you a question. You
Don,
said
guys, I don't know if you saw that, but I just had, did you see a text message go across my screen? It just said made us $2,400. Again, I don't want to make an income claim, but let me just give you, Don, this is super exciting because you guys saw it live on my text message. While I was on this webinar in my hotel, in about a 5 to 7 minute period, just made $2,400. Now, was that $225 worth it? Yes, you literally just saw it live go across my screen on a text message, just made $2,400. So man, I am super excited to help you guys win with this thing.
cool. Well, Kendall and I are believers. George has been in this for a long time. We wouldn't put anything on our stage if we didn't believe in it and we weren't actively doing it. So we're excited to have Brandon here. Obviously, okay. So Brandon, let me ask you, because the biggest question that I get is you're absolutely right. People are afraid of what they don't know, and they hear about Forex. Oh my gosh, and they hear about Bitcoin, and and it's a big scary market. How did you tell us how you got into this and how you overcame that fear, that big hurdle of just doing it?
There's a long answer and a short answer. I'm going to give the short one.
Okay.
The short answer is this. You're always going to be afraid of what you don't understand. When you gain the confidence of how this works, and the confidence comes through a little bit of experience and actually making some profits, you're no longer in fear of it. Because the thing is that people's mentality is, well, what if I buy and it goes down? You're thinking of traditional investments or the stock market. This is different. Let me give you an example. When Bitcoin was going down from 19,000 to 3,500 and there was people who were panicking, I actually made a phenomenal amount of money during that time because I was putting in sells as it was going down. So just understand that with a little bit of education, it's what you don't know and what you don't understand that gets people to go, oh, that is like the number one thing I get from people is, oh, that sounds risky. Like when they're like, they ask my wife, what does your husband do? Oh, he trades Forex. Oh, that sounds risky. I did that back in 1989, and now my grandpa lives in a van down by the river. Well, guess what? It's different than it was back then. And the second thing is that they say that because they don't understand Forex. Because if they knew what I knew, they would do what I do. Because they'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so much bigger than I thought. My uncle Butch, cousin Cornbread, he's the one who said this. He tried it 2 times. He failed. Well, guess what? You're not cousin Cornbread. You're not Uncle Butch. You're you. You can be successful when you have the right mentors in your life to teach you the things that you need to know. And that's why we're here. Sorry, that was the long answer of the short answer, Don.
You know, it was very appropriate. I remember, Brandon, when I was 14 and they took me out to teach me how to water ski. And I failed the first time and the second time and the third time and got back in the boat, kind of defeated. And an hour or two later, I tried it again and I failed and I failed. And the guy running the boat said, look, you're just doing too much work. Just let the boat pull you up. Get your skis right, get it in, headed in the right direction, have your goal set, okay, and then let the boat do the work. And I got to tell you that it was incredibly empowering to stand on water for the very first time. It was absolutely thrilling. It was empowering. I feel the same way when I made my first money in the stock market, because I'd lost money and listened to this tax or this tip and this tip, and I'd lost our entire retirement savings 3 times on short tips. But when I made money the first time I got a little education, and I got it was like standing on water again. It was empowering. I don't know how to describe that any other way. Your thoughts?
You know, that's funny that you mentioned that, because I I had a guy when I actually started first trading the stock market. This was 2003 with a friend of mine, and he said, I said, yeah, I lost my shirt in that thing. He goes, you lost your shirt? He said, I lost my house, you know? And so I think the reality is that we've all had different experiences, but here's the thing, and that you guys need to understand: when you do things the right way, when I do a trade, I risk like 2 or 3% of the account on any given trade. You guys should not put yourself in a position where it's like, oh my gosh, I did a trade, I lost 30% today. That's not smart. So what we do is we teach you the right way on how to do it. You don't need to spend an hour a day doing this. You shouldn't do that. And this is something that you can be successful. It's different than what maybe you've experienced in the past because of the tools that we have now for you guys to have success. I mean, I wish that people could see what it is that you have the potential to do. And we do have different videos that people have been able to check out, but you have to be real careful as far as regulations on what people see. But when you experience it yourself, you're like, oh my goodness, I just made $40, or I just made $100 or $150. I really believe that you can completely transform your financial situation with it. Like I said at the beginning, this is how I feed my family. I bought my dream home, dream car, debt free, all this kind of stuff from what we just talked about. And so I have 6 children, and it's like, this is how I feed my family. So I am a living witness and testimonial that what we are doing works, and what you guys need to do is get your slice of the pie.
Great.
Hey, Don.
We've got a few more questions. Yes, George.
Hey, Don, I wanted to just comment on this for, we've got a lot of people on the call, but one of the things that we continue to talk about at Protect Wealth, which I think is a really key point to bring out, is that one of the reasons we're doing this mastermind series where we bring in, 7 and 8 figure earners in real estate and stock and Forex, tax reduction, asset protection, estate planning, tax liens and deeds. We do this because for those of you that are still on the call, you'll notice some things that very successful people do, and it's the way they think. So we bring you these strategies, and we want you to learn and grow in all kinds of different financial aspects. But what we really want you to do, and the people that truly find huge success in life and business and investing, are the people that understand the patterns that are happening with the way 7-figure mindset individuals think. And one of the reasons we brought Brandon on this call is because he, along with guys like Aaron Adams and Mike Koval and Clint and a lot of these guys, they think very similarly, and that's why they're successful in life, in business and relationships and entrepreneurialism, is because they think that way. So one of the reasons we bring this to you is because we realize that having the mastermind and association with individuals like Brandon has a huge untapped kind of secret value outside just the strategies. And so I wanted to point that out because I think we found a lot of individuals that have worked with Brandon, as well as some of our other mastermind topics, have benefited from that. And that goes back to your point, Don, which is, in order to truly be successful, strategies is just a part of it. But the individuals that we're sort of exposing a lot of our attendees to is the mindset and some of the way you think behind that. And so I think that Brandon fits that mold as far as somebody that can teach concepts, but help to build belief. Because look, the bottom line is until you create experiences of success, it's going to be hard for your belief to be there. So what do? You surround yourself with successful people like Brandon, Aaron, Clint, Mike, because that belief transference from individuals that are doing it, as you can tell, Brandon seems very, very confident, right? Because he's had the success. But working and being around individuals like that, whether you're trading or learning, there's a little bit of that rubs off on you. And so that goes back to your point, Don, is that your confidence and your belief and your success goes up as you're around that. And that's one of the reasons I just wanted to point that out to everybody on the call, because I think that you're going to find that those are the things you should be looking for as individuals that can help increase your confidence, your awareness, and not just your education.
George, thank you very, very much. All right, Brandon, let's continue with some questions. Looks like we got a lot more questions than we had before.
Yes, let me pull this up here real quick because I can actually. Okay, excited to our. Can you show a trade? Okay, yeah. So the trades, we show those live on our sessions, and then we also have videos show actually how the trades work. So we do live trades. I won't do them on this because this is more just an overview. But yes, we do show you live trades on the sessions on how to do that. Gail asks, how does the program work? So just need more detail on that question, because we take you through the education, which gives you the knowledge, and then we give you the tool on actually how to do the trading. Albert said, I'm really struggling building my team as of now. No one is causing me. Please give me some positivity so I can focus. So here's what you need to focus on. Focus on becoming a product of the product. It is easier for somebody to share this with somebody that is actually successful on the trading side. What's realistic anticipated monthly return on investment percentage? Can't answer that, and here's why. Because we can't say here's how much on average somebody does, because it's the same with fitness. Well, you know, what happens when people are on a certain diet or working out or not working out? It's really up to the person, and it depends on the risk that they take per trade. So we teach you that. But here's what I tell you. If you can't make significantly more money than you're paying on your monthly subscription, there's a problem. All right. And because this is very, very easy to cover with what we have. How much money do you need to start with? So what I tell people is, once you pay your subscription, start on a demo account. That's a practice account. From there, I personally, once you go live, I recommend at least $500. Technically in Forex, you could actually start with $10, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend at least $500 live once you're ready to start trading. Albert asking us, can you repeat that, please? I'm writing it down. So basically what I was saying, Albert, is that you really want to focus on becoming a product of the product, meaning that you want to actually become successful trading. Because if I'm going to go and, you know, share this with somebody on the affiliate side, I want to make sure that I at least have somewhat of an understanding of what I'm talking about, because I can say, even on a practice account, hey, I've been using their tools, I'm making money doing it, or at least I'm associated with people who are making money doing this. This is a platform that's working for people around the globe. So,
Hey, Brandon, one more
Yeah.
comment I would make, you know, and this is George again. As I started trading, and I think Kendall would agree as well, because he's done some currency trading, what we found, because our experience over the last 20 years has been working with companies like InvestTools and others that do significant stock investor education. And so what we've learned over the many years is that there are really three key elements that I think that iMarkets Live really helps individuals with, and that is that there's a, and I'm going to give you my perspective from it for the people on the call. There's this education platform, the iMarkets Live Academy, where you can learn at your own pace and watch the videos and go through the courses and things. But that second component of the iMarkets Live TV, the IML TV, where you can be in a trading room watching people trade the currency markets, whether it's, you know, because they're 24/7, right? So there's just hundreds of channels where you can then take your education and apply the training by watching live trades. And then the third component that you kind of skipped over quickly, but, you know, with Boyd Pips and being able to watch get actual trade alerts or signals sent to you of when there's probability of good trades. Those three components is one of the things that I think has helped everybody the most. So this goes back to Gail's question as well as Beth's. The program works really well because you can get the education, but then you can get that live immersive interaction trading, and then you can get signals as well that kind of help to cut your time, whether it's one of the tools like, you know, swipe trade, swipe coin, or whether it's actual trades sent to you. Those three components, I think, is why the company has grown so quickly, and the trading platform and subscribing, you know, has gone up so much. But that's just to kind of answer back to Gail's question as well.
All right, let me check and see if there's any other questions. By the way, guys, we will do this again. We're going to do this from time to time. I also talked to Kendall and Don and said, asked if they would mind us doing some actual trainings on this platform here. And so we'll do that as well. But other than that, we'll do all of our trainings and recordings through the actual subscription so that you guys can see how powerful this is. I don't see any other questions. And if there's anything, Don or Kendall, that you want me to cover, I'd be glad to do so.
Well, let's remind them again, if they're interested, go to protectwealth.com/Forex, Forex. It's at the top of your screen, if you can see that. Brandon, I'm excited to be involved with this. This is new education for me. I've never traded currency. I've heard about it, but I'm excited to get started with this. And Bitcoin is just that makes me really nervous. But I get to see Kendall's account, and I get and I know that it's working. But I'm excited to learn, and I'm going to take it in baby steps. But I'm gonna get started as well. So if anybody wants to join me in this, I always tease people that I have the dumbest smartphone on the face of the earth. It doesn't know how to do anything, but it's learning, and I'm willing to learn if you guys are. Some of you are a lot more sophisticated than I am, but I consider myself the least among all of you, but I'm going to be doing it as well. So I invite you to join me, protectwealth.com/Forex. Any closing remarks, Brandon, before you leave? I so appreciate your time here tonight.
Yeah, last thing I'll say is, guys, just take the plunge. I think sometimes we have fear-based questions. What if this doesn't work? The real question, which is the faith question, is what if it does? And if it does, how will that change my situation? Because if you decide it doesn't work for you, remember, it's not a contract. You're in month to month. And so you can decide to turn it off at any given time. It is a greater risk not to get started. I remember what Jim Rohn said. Jim Rohn said, when a person says, is investing or trading risky? He said, wait till you get the bill in life for not investing. That's what's risky. That's what you have to look at. What are the effects of not having the wealth compounded over a period of time? It's extremely expensive. So I would not be spending my time on a Tuesday night on a trip that I've taken specifically for trading only to talk to you guys tonight if I did not see the value in what we're doing here. So that's why I share it with such passion, is because I care. I want to help you guys succeed, and that's why I've partnered with Don, Kendall, and George to do this, and I will not give up until we see you guys be successful. And so I'm super excited about it, and I'm excited to work with you, Don, on it as well.
Good. So 2 more questions real quick. Does it help to have a separate email account to receive your alerts so they don't get lost in all my other email traffic? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, you could set up an email specifically for this. That'd be fine. And so that way it's just filtering only those alerts. If you do use your smartphone quite a bit, then they'll just come through your smartphone as well. It gives you the option to have them come through email or your smartphone. It'll just pop up through an app.
And then Linda is asking, and Kendall, maybe you can get online again. Is this being recorded, and how do they get a copy of the recording?
Yeah, I'm happy to send it to you, Linda. Actually, we should have the recording available probably tomorrow, actually early in the day. If you go on the same link that you watched the webinar from in your email, you can actually watch the recording probably for the next 10, 20 days.
There we go.
And I think a good thing that we could do is get the recording out for those who could not attend. I know there were some people that wanted to get on that were not able to attend. And so maybe we can do a blast to those individuals as well, and they can watch it.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all. That will go out automatically tomorrow.
Brandon, thank you for taking time to be here. George, we appreciate you being in the background, and Kendall as well. To everyone on the call, we appreciate your time. We know that it's valuable. Of all the places you could be and all the things you could be doing on a Tuesday night, you're here with us. We appreciate that trust and confidence. So protectwealth.com/Forex if you're interested in joining it. And then if not, we'll be doing other webinars throughout the summer. Almost on a weekly basis. So we encourage you to join us, and until we meet again, thank you for being here. We can eat the rest of this chicken and some barbecue sauce.
I got a